Welcome to Ambassador's Daily Banquet, Odo, your daily spiritual nourishment. Yeah. We feast on God's word, draw strength from his promises to live as true ambassadors. Jure! Receive fresh revelation to empower your faith. Oh yeah! Let us step into today's banquet. Come on, step into the banquet!
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really powerful leadership model, one that comes from a message called Servant Leadership in Action. It's all about flipping the script on what it means to be in charge, focusing on putting other people first.
Okay, so let's get right into the core idea, because this one quote completely turns traditional leadership on its head. It basically sets the stage for a whole new philosophy, where greatness isn't about how much power you have over people, but how committed you are to serving them.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? The source material describes this as a leadership model for, get this, an upside-down kingdom. It's a place where things like service, humility, and selflessness are actually the biggest signs of authority.
And here's the crucial point. This is not just some nice, feel-good idea. It's a practical, hands-on approach. True leaders, according to this message, are the ones who measure their own success by the success and well-being of the team they're leading.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because you can see the clear difference. On one hand, you have leadership that's all about personal ambition. That's usually transactional. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. But servant leadership, that's trying to be transformational. It's about building real trust and creating a culture where people genuinely care and grow together.
To make this concept a little less abstract, the source gives us this incredible historical example. We're talking about a figure who led millions of people on one of the toughest journeys you can possibly imagine.
You know that journey through the desert? It's such a powerful case study. The text doesn't paint Moses as some king demanding everyone fall in line. Instead, he's shown as a guide who was deeply personally invested in the people's welfare, even when they were, let's be honest, incredibly difficult.
And this really shows you what he was doing day in and day out. He wasn't just barking orders from on high. No way. He was in the thick of it, settling arguments, patiently trying to guide this stubborn group, and even pleading on their behalf. He was constantly putting their needs way ahead of his own comfort.
So that brings us to the really personal part of all this. I mean, it's one thing to look back and admire a historical figure, but how does this model actually apply in our own lives? Whether you're leading a company, a small team, or even just your own family.
The source really doesn't pull any punches here. It asks us point blank to take a hard look at our own motivations with this question. It's really a moment for some serious self-reflection. What's really driving you as a leader?
And here's the challenge. Moving from just thinking about it to actually doing it. What's one small, practical thing you can do today? Maybe it's taking the time to mentor someone, or just shutting up and truly listening to what someone needs instead of pushing your own agenda.
But it doesn't stop with just daily practice. The text actually calls for something bigger. It's about making a firm, conscious commitment to this entire philosophy of leadership. It's a deliberate choice. These 3 steps are basically like a personal mission statement. It's you declaring that you're going to intentionally put other people first, guide with integrity, and, within the context of this message, make sure your actions reflect that ultimate example of servant leadership, Jesus Christ.
And finally, the source points out that servant leadership isn't really a solo act. It's at its most powerful when it becomes a mission that a whole community shares together.
So for anyone who's feeling called to take this a step further, the source lays out 3 different ways to get involved. You could contribute through focused prayer and intention, through hands-on volunteering, or by financially supporting causes that are built on these exact same values.
And to actually build that community, the organization behind this message uses all the modern tools we have today to connect people. We're talking messaging groups for daily encouragement, video platforms for sharing ideas. It's a great example of how these principles can thrive even in our digital world. So, as we wrap all this up, the source leaves us with this one last really thought-provoking question. It's asking us to think about the daily grind of putting others first, not just as a way to be a better leader today, but as a way to prepare for something much, much bigger. It's about connecting what you do right now with what's next on your journey.
Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and comment. Your host, God7, David F. Wafulu.